It's the silence that no one can explain. Not in the courtroom, not online, and definitely not behind the velvet ropes of Hollywood. Something was played in court that day. Not shown, not streamed, just played, and everyone who heard it walked out. Different. The moment the audio hit the courtroom, it wasn't just Diddy in the spotlight anymore. Will Smith's name hit like a thunderclap, followed by Meek Mill's in a twist no one could have scripted. Phones were banned. Reporters sat frozen. Not a single word came out for minutes after it ended. What was heard in that room? And why hasn't it leaked? That's the question echoing across social media, podcasts, and even mainstream newsrooms, though few dare to report the details outright, because what's being hinted at is too volatile to ignore and too powerful to casually explain away. We're talking about names tied to billion-dollar industries, global brands, and family-friendly reputations. And yet, the reactions from those inside the courtroom say everything. Pale faces, trembling voices, a silence too heavy to fake. The thing is, this all started with Cassie. Her case opened the door. But it was Dawn Richard, a name from the pop group Danity Kane, who cracked it wide open. She testified. And what she described wasn't gossip. It was fear. She told the court Diddy beat Cassie over something as small as food. Then, the next day, he reportedly warned Dawn and her bandmate not to talk. His words? People who say stuff go missing. That phrase didn't feel theatrical. It felt like a memory. It's chilling because for years, we've seen artists vanish from Diddy's circle. Mace, Day, 26, Total, Loon. Almost every artist who left Bad Boy either disappeared, struggled, or later spoke out about emotional or financial abuse. Was this just bad business? Or something much darker? Meanwhile, Meek Mill didn't wait for the dust to settle. As soon as his name surfaced in the alleged audio, he went into full-blown denial mode, not in court, but online. His Twitter became a frenzy of posts. I ain't fruity, stop playing with me. The more he tweeted, the deeper the questions got. Old clips of Meek at Diddy's parties resurfaced. That infamous poolside video where Diddy calls Meek daddy is now a meme graveyard. What once seemed like playful antics now feels different, more performative, more forced. And then there's Will. His former assistant, brother Bilal, gave the internet a whole new bombshell. He said he saw Will with actor Dwayne Martin in an explicit situation, down to the positioning, the location, and the moment he walked in. He wasn't guessing. He was reliving it. That story set off alarms across the internet. Clips of Will kissing his son Jaden resurfaced. Past interviews where he danced around questions of masculinity are now being analyzed frame by frame. What used to read as quirky now feels ominous or calculated. Will tried to shut it all down. He said he'd never even been near Diddy like that. But the internet doesn't forget. Receipts came flooding in, award shows, VIP parties, candid moments. Too many to explain away. So now the question isn't just, is the tape real? It's, what else haven't we seen yet? And more importantly, why does it feel like this is only the beginning? The biggest twist in all of this? The audio, the alleged Freakoff recordings, hasn't leaked. Not a second. Not a blurry screenshot. Nothing. Just reactions. Just silence. And that's what makes it scream. In a digital world where everything finds its way online, this total blackout is suspicious. Not even a court sketch artist has drawn what happened in that room. Just faint descriptions from journalists who were allowed in, and those have been carefully worded. Some say the court is withholding the tapes for legal reasons, to protect the victims. Others suggest something more sinister, that the audio is too explosive, that it names or implicates even more celebrities, that it could bring down brands, franchises, film deals, even politicians. It's a conspiracy theory in the making, and yet no one's dismissing it. Because the more people hear about what was allegedly said, what was allegedly caught on tape, the more they want to believe this goes far deeper than anyone imagined. Even Diddy's daughter was seen leaving the courtroom looking devastated. Blank face, no press smile, just a young woman trying to process what she heard. And that hit the public hard. This isn't just about salacious details or freaky parties. It's about a system of power and silence, a system that's finally starting to crack. Let's talk about Dawn Richard again, because she's not just a supporting witness. She was there, she lived it, and she's finally speaking under legal protection. She didn't say Diddy was harsh. She said he was dangerous. And when she left the courthouse, her face said everything: shaken, pale, no smiles. Paparazzi didn't even shout. They just watched. Even more unsettling, other former bad boy artists are rumored to be coming forward. There's talk that a group of them is preparing to testify, quietly, together, backed by new legal teams. What happens if they do? Now here's what's crazy. In a world of leaks, from iClouds to private court footage, this specific audio has stayed locked. No one's heard it outside of that courtroom. And that has people whispering, who's protecting this? Is it because the names on the tape are too powerful to expose? Reddit threads are digging. TikTok detectives are piecing together timelines. They've connected old podcast jokes, viral interview moments, and background details and photos no one noticed the first time. And then there's this question no one dares ask. If Will, Diddy, and Meek are the only names we know, who else might be in that recording? One rumor, unconfirmed, suggests the tape reveals more than just illegal behavior. That it captures people laughing, that it shows enjoyment at someone else's suffering. That possibility has shifted this from celebrity gossip to something more sinister. Diddy's empire is trembling. His clothing brands, his liquor deals, his label, all under a microscope. Once praised for reinventing the mogul archetype, now he's being picked apart piece by piece. Will's reputation was already on life support after the Oscar slap. This question mark, this could finish him and Meek. His social credibility, once built on street authenticity and justice reform, now seems fragile, defensive, confused. What fans are seeing is a culture collapse, because for years, these men defined the definition of success in their respective lanes: music, film, business, activism. Now, those definitions are being rewritten, not by corporations, but by public opinion. And that's the part no one's ready for. This isn't just a scandal, it's a digital reckoning, a cultural audit, a dismantling of everything people were told to admire. We're witnessing something rare. The public doesn't just want answers, they want accountability. And if they don't get it through legal means, they'll create their own form of justice. That's already happening. Playlists are being deleted, brands are severing ties, collaborators are distancing themselves. Even longtime fans are saying, I can't defend this. And that's the true danger of silence. When you don't speak, the void gets filled by someone else. A rumor, a theory, a thread, and the internet always has more threads. So here we are, again, waiting to hear the audio that changed everything, waiting to see who speaks next, waiting to find out how far this goes. Because what started with one woman's story is now a crack in the foundation of an industry. And behind that crack, lies, power, and more secrets than anyone dared to imagine.